Hey, this is real beginner makeup that actually works, and you only need a few products and only 2 makeup brushes. And this is my before and after. Let's begin. Skin prep. Even the most expensive foundation will look bad if your skin is very dry, and even if you have oily skin, you still need to moisturize it. Otherwise, your skin will produce even more oil to compensate it. I don't know you, and I actually don't know exactly which type of skin you have, so that's why I always choose the most basic products that works for everyone. For example, this cream can be layered depending on your skin's needs, and you can apply up to the 3 layers on very dry areas, or just 1 layer if you have oily skin. Now let's move on to the foundation. So for everyday makeup, avoid heavy formulas. Liquid foundations are the easiest for beginners because you can control and build the coverage. Just don't forget to shake the bottle first. You can apply it with fingers or with a synthetic brush. Don't pump foundation directly onto the brush. It overloads the bristles, they stick together and you'll get streaks. Use a dense brush, pump the product onto the back of your hand first, bounce the brush a few times, and this doesn't mean wasting product. Take only what you actually need. One pump is usually enough for the whole face, but coverage always depends on your face size, proportions, and preference. Light, medium, or full, it's all your choice. You can always build it up. Press and dab the foundation into the skin. Don't swipe or swirl, that creates uneven application. And sweep the leftovers down to the jawline. It's essential thing just to make it the most invisible thing on your face. In winter time, I usually choose a slightly warmer shade because my face and neck completely white like a wall, and I want to just add a little bit more warm touch to my face and to my features. And it's total white just because of I use SPF. But the rest of my body is pretty tan. But if that's not your case, match your shade exactly. Sometimes I like playing with undertones at the foundation step. It's another way to balance the overall makeup. So I choose a radiant finish, not too matte and not dewy. Radiant foundations are easier and faster to apply, and the light reflecting particles give a soft, almost Photoshop-like effect. Creamy blushes are the easiest for beginners, but if you have combination or oily skin, baked powder formulas are amazing for you. They work as blush and powder in one, blur pores and last longer. Take a fluffy brush, 2 light swipes, and then dab the brush on the back of your hand first, just to spread the pigment among the bristles evenly. And then first touch should not be on the apple of the cheek, it's important. Start on the cheekbone, close to where you would place highlighter. It would be the first touch, and then blend down toward the apple. Soften the pigment as you go. For color, keep it simple, pink or peachy. I choose a dusty pink, very close to my natural lip color, just a bit bolder. Again, you can build up the intensity of the color as much as you need. It's very easy because of the fine milled texture. You also can polish the texture and you will see how beautiful your skin. It's a little bit glowy but not greasy. It's just magical, especially in real life you won't see the texture, the pores. Actually, I love this type of colors because of it's my nature shades. Nature doesn't lie. Use the leftovers on the nose and slightly on the eyes, and see how it instantly makes the eyes pop. The best part, eyeshadow palette for everything. I'm a huge fan of matte eyeshadow palettes, and you can use them for brows, lip contour, nose contour, cheeks, eyes, eyeliner, for everything. I'm going to show you easiest way to do eye makeup for any eye shape. Take a mid-toned brown and tap it all over the lid. Apply 2 layers to even out the color, and then blend side to side with the flat side of the brush. Hold the brush perpendicular to the crease or maybe around at 45-degree angle. And this is especially important if you have hooded lids like I do, so you need to see where you're exactly blending. I actually see beginners wasting money on eyeshadow palettes all the time, so it's not necessary if you have good basic shades. Blend the same color along the lower lash line to open up the eyes. because we removed the natural shadow early with the foundation, so this step brings dimension back. Follow your lower lash line upward. Blending should always lift the eye. Look at that. Turn the brush to the clean side. Take the lightest shade and apply it to the inner corners to open up the eyes. Actually, you don't need the thousands of brushes, because each brush has a few working space. For example, that flat brush has two sides. If your blending isn't perfect, don't worry. Add the shade between uneven areas or under the brow tail to smooth everything out quickly. No micellar water needed here. If you want more depth, add a gray or deep brown to the outer corner. I love this palette because it's easier to navigate from the lightest to the deepest shade, and the texture is very forgiving. You can even apply it with your fingertips. Let's also contour the nose using the same brush and the same mid-tone brown. Blend downward the side of the nose. If you want a sharper, lifted tip, add a soft circle around it. To make the lips look fuller, add a little shadow under the lower lip. It's a simple optical illusion. Black mascara works for everyone. For me, texture is key. And also, I prefer a little bit curved wand. So I love formulas that removes easily with a warm water. And a slightly curved wand is great for short, thin lashes. It lifts them. And I blink into the wand to catch as many lashes as possible and get product right at the roots. Look at that result. Beautiful fluffy eyelashes. No clump, no spiral legs effect. Lips. First, remove any foundation or concealer from the lips. That white line that appears after a few hours usually isn't the lipstick, it's leftover base products. And I choose a very basic shade that perfectly matches the blush because my foundation has a warm undertone and this lipstick looks slightly violet on me. On cooler skin it looks warmer, and that's color theory. If you want a full video of that, let me know. The texture is matte, doesn't bleeding, but it's very comfortable and very pigmented. I apply one thin layer, then add more for full coverage. My favorite real-life trick. Just remove from the center of the lips and softly blend the edges. The result is natural, wearable, and it lasts beautifully. Perfect for brunch or lunch or everyday life. And then blend with a fingertip that edge, I mean the cupid bow, and a little bit under the lower lip. Freckles and brows. If you have freckles, add them after foundation, using a brow marker or pencil. I prefer markers, they are faster, especially in the morning, and choose one with 3 tips, not the classic one. Hold the marker perpendicular to the skin, then gently tap with your fingertip to soften the color and blend it into the foundation. At a 45-degree angle, the strokes look unnatural, but that angle is perfect for eyebrows, not for freckles. Fill in sparse areas quickly and lightly. Don't aim for perfection. Natural brows should look effortless and unperfect. For me, natural skin, fluffy brows, softly blurred lips, balanced blushes, no blush blindness here, and the darkest product here is only black mascara, is a perfect everyday makeup. What do you think about this makeup? Do you agree with my list of basic products or would you add something else? Write your recommendation for beginners who are just starting to building the makeup bag, and I think that your advice might help someone watching this video as well. So if this tutorial was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and save it for later. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. See you very soon. Bye!